A broken girl decides to rebuild herself in just 90 days. She was tired of the life she was living, tired of feeling lost in her own reflection, and tired of waiting for someone to save her. One morning, as the sunlight slipped through her window, she whispered to herself, "No one is coming. It's just me now." That was the moment everything began to change. Day by day, she started rebuilding from the ground up. She cleaned her messy room, deleted the toxic messages, and unfollowed the people who made her doubt her worth. She began to wake up early, go for small runs, and write down 3 reasons to be proud of herself every night. The world outside didn't notice her struggle, but inside she was fighting a silent war against fear, against regret, against her own mind. Each morning she faced the mirror and said, "You are not done yet." Her body began to respond. Her skin glowed again. Her eyes stopped carrying pain and started reflecting strength. She learned that real transformation isn't about looking different. It's about feeling alive again. She started cooking healthy meals, lighting candles in the evening, and smiling at her own reflection. Every small victory felt huge because it came after so much self-doubt. There were still bad days, days when she wanted to give up, but she didn't. She reminded herself that even slow progress is still progress. The 90 days became her personal battle. No audience, no validation, just her and her determination to find herself again. By the end of it, her apartment looked different, but more importantly, her soul felt lighter. The girl who once avoided mirrors now looked at herself with pride. She realized she never needed to become someone new. She just needed to return to the version of herself that believed she was enough. Her journey wasn't about impressing anyone. It was about proving to herself that healing is possible. The same mirror that once reflected pain now reflected peace. She didn't become perfect, but she became real, confident, and strong. 90 days later, she looked in the mirror and smiled for the first time in a long time, whispering, "I didn't change for anyone. I changed for me." This story isn't about fitness or beauty alone. It's about rebirth, about a woman who found herself when the world had forgotten her. Emily's 90-day journey began with pain, but it slowly turned into power. She wasn't chasing a number on the scale or the perfect photo for social media. She was chasing peace, the kind of peace that lives quietly in your heart when you finally stop running from yourself. The first few days were heavy. She cried, she questioned, she almost quit. But something inside whispered, "Keep going." Each morning she woke before sunrise, tied her messy hair, and pushed herself to move, even when her body ached and her mind screamed no. She started talking kindly to herself, replacing every "I can't" with "I will." Her nights became calmer. She stopped scrolling endlessly and started reading again. The little moments, a hot cup of coffee, the smell of fresh air, a quiet sunset, started to mean something again. As her room became cleaner, her thoughts became clearer. The clutter that surrounded her was never just physical. It was emotional weight, and letting it go felt like freedom. She realized that transformation wasn't about becoming someone new. It was about remembering who she was before life broke her. Slowly, her laughter came back, soft and real. Her friends noticed the glow, but they didn't know the battles behind it, the lonely nights, the silent tears, the strength it took to choose herself. By day 60, her home was filled with life again, plants, light, soft music, and peace. And by day 90, she wasn't just living, she was alive. She looked in the mirror and saw a woman who had rebuilt herself with patience and love. Her reflection was no longer a stranger. It was a friend. Emily's story became a quiet reminder that healing doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes the biggest glow-up happens when no one is watching. The way she carried herself, the calm in her eyes, the smile that no longer hid pain, that was her victory. She learned that the most beautiful transformation begins not in the body, but in the soul. And when you learn to love yourself again, the whole world starts to look different.